Thanks, John. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. It's the big one. Welcome to the final of the Betfred.com World Snooker Championship. After 16 epic days, only 2 remain. It's the ultimate local derby. It should be an absolute cracker. A piece of snooker history will once again be written. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the boys on the bays. Please welcome this season's comeback king. From talk of retirement at Christmas to the sports showpiece showdown in May. What a story, what a player. He produced an amazing comeback against Judd Trump and won his semi in style. He's shown real fighting spirit this season on and off the table. This is his second World Championship final. He is flying high, he is the captain, he is Ali Carter! And now, please welcome the most naturally gifted player ever to grace the modern game. He has been inspired here this year, hitting 6 in a row against every player in every single round. When he hasn't been superb, he's been sublime. His legacy is already complete, but can he add one more crown to the collection? Bidding for a 4th world title. He is so fast, blink and you'll miss him. The Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan!
So here we go, the first of a possible 4-act drama here in the Crucible final. 8 frames to play this afternoon at the start of a best of 35 frames final. 18, the magic winning number. Michaela Tabb taking charge of her second final here, and in charge for us in the commentary box, Stephen Hendry and John Virgo.
Thank you, Hazel, and good afternoon. And it's always a special atmosphere for the final, and you wouldn't call it raucous, Steve, would you? It's a sort of expectancy of the audience.
It's just the excitement is incredible before the final. It's a strange feeling for the players as well, John, because it's the first session of like 2 days final. At this point, you feel you're a long way away from actually winning the thing.
First frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
So it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who's going to get this final underway.
Right, no shouting out now, please, thank you.
Yes, Michaela brought into action early. It was only a break-off shot, wasn't worthy of a shout. So Michaela, she'll be feeling a little bit nervous, just got to concentrate, as of course both the players have. There you see it, tournament pot success. That's what you need to be the world champion. 93% Ronnie, 92% Ali Carter.
Be interesting to see if Ali adopts the same approach that he used in the first session against Maguire, which was a virtual no-risk policy.
Yeah, I think he's dealing with a different kettle of fish here, though, isn't he? I think Stephen took the bait, if you like, Stephen Maguire early on, where I don't think Ronnie will. I think Ronnie has come here this week and has proved what a great all-round player he is. Good safety, and we know what he's like at 'Pot England break building. But to be fair, I know a lot of people are thinking that Ronnie O'Sullivan is a very strong favourite for this, but I think the fact that Ali Carter has played him once before in the final, and Ali's, you know, really got a more experience now and a better all-round game, I don't think you can ever think of anything as being easy at this game.
And what a test for you to come up against the best player in the world in the final of the World Championship. Test yourself against the best. There's no better way of doing it.
Ali Carter was saying yesterday that having Peter Ebdon in his corner, he had the force with him, because of course that's what Peter Ebdon's called, the force. And it's been standing in good stead so far. Just a little bit thick on that safety, which is why he's not found the baulk cushion, more the baulk line. Yeah, I think from Ali Carter's point of view, he knows he's got to play well. I think that the big thing is sometimes you might feel you've got to play too well, you know, so you don't want to push it early on. You just want to let your natural ability, which is shown throughout this tournament, come through. But he knows there's going to be no half measures here, so that in a way takes a little bit of pressure off you. Very straight on this deep screw. If the black is not available, well, the black must be available. Well, in the end, played it more of a shot that if the red went in, he'd just play safe. Didn't attempt to get on the colour. Another poor safety really from Ronnie. So close to the reds, catch your baulk colour full in the face. Doesn't usually do that. Hawkeye showing us the situation, and as you can see, he could play left hand side as we look, but he'd be frightened of running into that red near the top cushion, so just nestling into these. Well, it's okay, but that red just above the black may be possible. Well, I'm sure it is possible. I think at the moment it's what Ali's prepared to go for. There you see the red just above the black. He's not even looked at it. More interested in playing the safety and getting the cue ball tight to the baulk cushion. Best of 35. First to 18 we get the trophy. But as per usual in these matches, first frame always a very tentative affair.
Whenever I played a player who I thought would play a little bit more negative than I did, my safety shots would always try and open the reds up as soon as possible. Try and force my opponent into playing something they didn't want to play.
Yeah, well, the reds are reasonably spread at the moment. It's just that Ronnie has been unable to find the baulk cushion and put any pressure on Ali. Safety.
And this is a good safety shot. excellent length from the cue ball. Ali just checking to see where the reds are going to end up if he plays a safety shot when they're spread out like this. Obviously you don't want to knock anything over the pocket. Excellent safety shot by Ali Carter. To catch that red absolutely perfectly when it's close to the cushion.
Yes, but as I said before, Ronnie's not putting any pressure on Ali's safety at the moment because he's been able to find the ball cushion, and that just makes it easier. Now, is this the first pot on? I think it may be. Just run across that. And there you go, we're coming up to 8 minutes in this first frame, not a ball being potted yet. Is this going to be the first one? Maybe he can't pot it, but it looks as though he can to me. It's a thin one, but no. Oh, he's played it well though, right behind the green it looks. I'm just thinking if that's a possibility. The only thing is when you're trying these type of shots, the blue is such a big ball. Well, he's decided to come around the other side. He's not certain to get this safe. Well, it was a good effort.
Ali Carter.
He's not left anything on. I'm certain he'll be given another try at that. So he found a good line, only a minor adjustment needed. And we're just moving in on the action. Beautiful shot that, isn't it? Michaela just making certain the cue ball is exactly where it was. Ronnie's happy, Ali's happy, just a minor adjustment. I think he's trying to nestle on the red that's just below the black. He's under hit. Is he going to reach it? Yes, just got there. Good shot. Little tap on the table as Ali Carter came to start his visit. Once again, I don't think he's left anything, Ronnie, that would tempt Ali. He seems determined early on in this match to keep it very tight. So over 10 minutes and still no one off the mark.
Yeah, I wonder what the record is, John, the final before the first ball's been potted. That was a great touch by Ronnie, that shot. Cagey stuff though.
Yeah, you'd have to say at the moment it's Ali Carter who's dictating it. I think he may have snookered Ronnie on all the reds here. And this is the fascination of snooker, isn't it? We know how well Ronnie's been playing in this tournament, but if you've not got a pot to go for, doesn't matter how good you are, he Just got to compete with the situations that's there. Just got to be careful he doesn't catch the blue here. Ooh, hit the wrong red. First chance, Ali Carter. We're off the mark. Just under 12 minutes it took to create that opening. There was Ronnie, he knew he'd hit the wrong red there. Well, I don't think that's inch perfect. Needs to be straighter on this red. I think the black may be available into the right corner, but he couldn't play for it off this red. He's going back up for the blue, and he may kiss into another red. He's just got to be a bit careful. And now he managed to avoid them.
7.
Did that really well. But at the moment, I don't think there's a red available into the right corner. It's perfect angle here to play a cannon and bring reds into play. We'll have a look at that again. Could he have seen that coming, do you think?
No, he could never have envisioned that happening. Red cannon, 2 other reds to go into the corner pocket, so very unlucky there.
1.
That used all the pocket to go in.
8. 9.
Doesn't want to be just off straight here, the wrong angle. It's going to make the next positional shot a little bit awkward. Got through it beautifully. And we know the black is available into both corners nicely on this red for the black in the opposite corner.
70.
Of course, that's the problem. When you make a mistake, okay, Ali Carter, unlucky, but you leave your opponent in at this end of the table with an easy starter. It could very well cost you the frame.
24. 25.
Yeah, I think in the semi-final with Carter-Maguire, a lot of the mistakes Carter made, he didn't get punished in one visit by Maguire. I don't think that'll be the case in these 2 days.
32. 33.
Just checking to see if this red passes a ping into the same pocket as the black. Just as easy to play for it in the right middle. He just wants to come high on the black, he doesn't want to come low.
40. $41.
this black. And there's 2 more reds in the open. If he takes blacks for those, he's going to leave himself 58 up with 59 in the table. And he just pushed 1 red in an awkward position.
Yeah, he was forced into it, wasn't he? He needed to be a little
48.
straighter on the black, so you wouldn't think it'd cause a problem, because in potting his red he should get a good angle on the black.
Yeah, we want him to leave himself a half ball cut on the black.
49.
That looks just about perfect there. Screw into and try and develop a red here. Just caught the red too full. Wanted to catch that red half ball.
56.
Yeah, maybe if he was a little bit straighter he'd try to cannon into the 3 reds together, but it boils down to the fact that he's 50 points in front, but there's still 67 remaining. So it doesn't look as though Ronnie's going to win the frame at this visit. Well, is he considering taking this red on? I always think these reds along the top cushion. Now he's refusing it. If they're tight against the cushion, a lot easier, but once he get this first frame under his belt, and that's a nice little flick off the yellow. So he'll feel a lot more comfortable. He's had his hand on the table. Took them well. Well, he's got a good length with the cue ball, but this red is definitely available. When you're playing them, you always err on the side of hitting them too thin. But maybe a chance here now for Ali to bring these 3 reds that are clustered together near the top cushion into play. Being 50 points behind, he needs these reds in the open. He's got a chance here.
Doesn't want to catch these thick. Slightest bit too thick. And you won't be able to get the white back to bulk. Just a little bit thick, but he's done well. He's done okay.
Didn't want to risk trying to go back to the balk end. You can understand it in some ways, because of course he's only going to make one more mistake and you would feel that would be the end of the frame. So trying to keep it tight, but didn't put any pressure on Ronnie's safety there whatsoever. Although Ronnie may not be too pleased with that. Pushed the red a little bit too far down the table. He's got a good cue ball, as you can see. Couldn't be much straighter. Not much to angle to work with there. So this calls for good cueing. No, that was difficult. It was almost straight and you're just trying to pinch a bit. No, he's not left anything, so no harm done. Another chance of a pot. This was the previous one, 10'6", but just off straight, just trying to pinch a bit. This one, he's got a nice angle on the pot here.
Nice pot. Might have landed a little bit straight on the pink. No, he's got an angle. Don't think he's got an angle to cannon the reds on the cushion. So might be forced to play for the red in the bulk area.
Well, screwing back like that, you think, well, is he going to play the double? But
7.
no, I think it's just a safety, because I don't think the double's on. Not from where the cue ball is. So trying to get in behind the green, you would have thought.
A la carte 7.
And that's good enough. That's good enough. Pretty straightforward, just before the middle pocket. As we say with all these shots, you've got to hit it to the right pace, don't want to hit it too hard. Played it beautifully. Enough as well.
A la carte 4.
So Alicante plus the cue ball anywhere in the D. But of course his big problem, as we watch Ronnie here, played the thin cut and missed it on the way up, caught it on the way back. Enough. Now what sort of an angle has he left himself on the black? I think if you were trying to bring them into play, you'd try to get into the two reds that are closest together, but if he hasn't got that angle, he's certainly got the angle to it, the one immediately below the black. Well, he did get in the two reds together and played it really well.
8. Yeah, he struck that beautifully. Obviously too thin to stay on the black. A little bit more angle on this pink than he would like. Might have to play it with a touch of right hand side.
Yeah, he wouldn't mind just finding the gap of those two reds. Well, he didn't play with a lot of side, but he's just the pace of it well. As I say, these balls along the cushion, if the ball's tight on the cushion, they just seem to cling a lot better. Is there a gap? Just a gap.
So I think he would have more chance of pulling if he just played dead weight for the black.
Well, that's what I was thinking there. I mean, for some reason he thought, well, I could miss this, and he's tried to make it into a shot for nothing, and then that makes the pot twice as difficult. Well, he still needs the two reds, though.
1.
This black will put him 32 points in front with 35 remaining. And he doesn't have to do any heroics whatsoever. Just make certain you pot the red.
8.
And his opponent will need 2 snookers. There it goes. very tense opening frame, but it looks like it's going the way of Ronnie O'Sullivan for certain. It certainly is now.
60. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 16.
Doubtful.
And
And Ali Carter does concede, so it was a hard fought. It took nearly 12 minutes for the first red to be potted, but Ronnie O'Sullivan in the end won it comfortably, 1-0.